What's up, guys? Irie here. Just gonna break down a run I just got to show off some slightly easier strategies for silo, a little bit more accessible. Um, I'll first play this run, and then I'll compare the strategies I'm using to my 100. So let's just watch this run really quick. I'll give a brief commentary while we show it off. So it's a solid start. Good back there and stuck. Left of console. Bit stuck there. Doors open nicely. Got through there cleanly. This door opened up quickly. Kind of got stuck though. This door took a while to open, so then that ruined my open door pace, but that was fine. I was trying to get a run without open door. I get backed a bunch of crates. And then it still is 105 pace. Honestly, I think it's 104 pace, but you'll see why. I barely didn't mess that up. Like, I completely missed the warp at the end, lost like a second, and it was still 105 somehow. So I'm not sure how that's a 105, but either way. Hello? Hello? Anyways. I was thinking maybe that was gonna be like a scam call or something. It'd be funny, but either way. So that's somehow 105. Now let's go back and show off what I did right, what I didn't do right, or at least like what went wrong. All right, so you always want to go for the 2 kills at the start. This is going to be strafing the whole hallway, so you're never going to be C-upping. So it's going to be a little bit faster, even though you're going out of your way for the kills. But it's just like, even though it can be a little bit troll getting this kill, once you have this kill down, the second one's kind of optional. Like the first one, as long as you kill him, like you're pretty much setting yourself up so that if you don't kill him, you're going to get stuck on him, right? So you're setting yourself up to always get this guy's gun, because if you kill him, you always get his gun. Then this guy, you just kind of try to shoot at. Like, I didn't even get him there, it's not that big of a deal. But you want to at least have one gun, obviously. And strafing this whole segment is going to be a bit faster than doing the C-up strat. And you'll never get, like, boosted around the corner or anything. And this means that you can, as soon as you go for that last shot, you can switch weapons to KF7 immediately. So you switch weapons immediately, and you start holding Z already. And then, if you do it early enough, you could even kill this guy. Which is just like, killing a crate guard can reduce lag like very well for the start. Plus, sometimes he'll even give you his gun, but mainly on JP, like the crate guards are going to be a little bit more trolled than on English. I still recommend playing on JP, but you're going to get trolled by this guard a little bit more often on JP. So I would recommend trying to switch so early that you could even start, killing this guard, at least stunning him. That's what Mark does. But I was a little bit late, not that big of a deal though. Not a late lure, just late, to the point where I couldn't get that guard. So you start shooting. So you shoot 9 bullets here. Try to kill this guard. So you want to at least get 2 out of 3 kills, right? The crate guard's like optional, but like, and you usually don't get his gun. But the first 2 guards here, and then the guard at the door, these are guards that you can like reliably get their guns from. So you're going to want to get 2 guns, essentially. 2 out of 3, I'll say, right? You want to get 2 out of 3 guns. So that means that you can reload here. Now, it's not crucial that you have this happen, especially with the strat that I'm about to show you up here. But it is still just much better to have the reload done here and not once you leave this room. So here's where I do things a little bit differently than I did on my 100. And honestly, I recommend trying out this other strategy. This is me basically just showing you what you would expect to see from a silo run, right? This is like, I'm going from left strafe to right strafe, up the stairs, then to left strafe. Like, that's all fine and dandy. But honestly, doing this well without getting stuck seems to be like pretty freaking hard to me. Like, it honestly does not seem to be much easier than this. So here's what I do on my 100, and this is what Mark does. So you go, I'll just show in full speed first. You go C up to left strafe. It's a little tricky at first, don't get me wrong, but once you start getting it down, it honestly is like easier to do. So you go left strafe. Alright, so this run I happen to just hold left strafe the entire time. But just take my word for it that most runs, I would turn here and I would go right here. I would start going C up. So you go C up through like the first, third of the stairs. Sometimes you're angled, you just decide, okay, I'm just going to hold left strafe the whole way. But pretty much, you go left strafe to the start of the stairs, you turn, then you go C up for a little bit, right, until you're right here, and then you go back to left strafe. So you're just going facing straight ahead here, maybe slightly turn to the right so that you could pop around. So I still recommend trying this, but you can try... You can just keep doing it the way that I just did on my 105. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like, once again, like, you want the start to be as fast as you could possibly get, and I think doing this sloppy might be easier than doing the other strategy, but doing this well is just as hard, if not harder, than the other strategy. So anyways, but if you want to do the easier strat, you go right strafe up to half of the stairs and left strafe once you get around here. So you start shooting, you shoot 6 bullets to kill this guard. Don't reload here, unless if you didn't, if you weren't able to reload on the stairs, then you can reload here. Otherwise, don't reload here. Turn around this corner, avoid this guard, turn around this corner, and then right here, you go C up. So you go C up and you got your dot either right on the guard, or this time I was a little bit to the side of the guard. Either way, the auto aim will pick them up. So you go C up until, you're like close to the door. Not all the way through the door though, but close to the door. Then you go left strafe. So this is easier than what I do on my 100. So my 100, I turn the corner in left strafe extremely hard. Then I just do a slight turn to the left. Once again, not having my dot on the guard. You want your dot, like for this strategy, for the cook strategy, you don't want to have the dot on the guard. You want to have the dot like more here, just because you want to be moving more towards here so that it makes the turn easier. So you're walking kind of towards like this part of the doorway and letting the auto aim do your work. And then so you can just see right here, I just only have C up for much like less long. Like for way shorter, I'm holding C up. So I'm turning the corner left strafe, then C up. So that's just cutting out some distance here. Then I'm killing him, and I'm cutting out some distance with a better turn. Plus I'm strafing for longer. But either way, so this is the easier strategy: is you come around and you just turn this corner, and then you face head on, and you start shooting. So you shoot 6 bullets here. This is important. No matter what strategy you do, you want to just do 6 bullets here. You go pop through this door all the way until you're near like this red part of the red light in this catwalk. So like you've already turned as far to the right as you're going to, and now you're going to be doing some left turns, and this is where you start shooting again. So right here is where you start shooting. So you do 6 bullets at that guard, go into there, and this is going to make it actually easier for you. It's going to be like 10 times easier to make this turn smoothly without messing it up, because you're not lagging it up by shooting. So you turn. Now that you're going to be turning left on the stick, now you start shooting. So you shoot. Don't worry about how much bullets you shoot. Just worry that you shoot from the red area until you break out of here. So I break out of here. And this is also important. Don't do anything safe here. I'm not going to allow you guys to do anything safe here. Just hold left strafe and break out of here hard so that you're left strafing along the hallway instead of like turning around and like too early going C up on these guards. So boom, left strafe. Now that I've preserved my momentum and I've fully got out of that, sticky situation, now I'm going to go C up, shoot a burst at these guys. Right? So you want to kill at least one of these guards. So, I mean, even if you just stun both of them, that's fine. But you just if you be fast here, and, if you stun the guards, you'll eliminate luck. And if you can be fast here, then you could take your time up here. But if you... And you can see that this barrel is just now starting to show. And that's because I did the depot load. So load depot first. it makes it so the objects render from a much closer distance, so it actually makes it less laggy. So you just play depot once, you can just quit out, load up depot, and so then you play silo for like the whole session and you're fine. But essentially, yeah, so you're going to kill these guards with a burst in C up and immediately transition to right strafe. So if you do this part fast, you can do the next part safe. If this part you get back boosted or you're slow getting stuck or you're safe or whatever, if this part's slow, then the next part you have to do fast. But the thing is that this part's easier to stun the guards, kill the guards, and eliminate luck, and do the next part slow, which because you're bottlenecked on when this door opens. So you're trying to be fast to this segment. Then if you're fast here, you could be slow here. If you're slow here, you have to be fast here. So essentially, you go into right strafe. This is where you reload again. And now you can turn this corner and then go into C up. You want to get as many of these guys as you can get. Here, I only got one of them. The auto aim kind of screwed me on this guy. I didn't get him early. And then, yeah. So, but either way, it's not that big of a deal. If you were fast here, you can accept a back boost here. It's just that if you kill these guards, or at least stun them, then they won't fuck you up while you try to get through this door here. So it'll eliminate a lot of luck. So now you just want to right strafe to this door once you've shot like, usually 6 bullets. But if, I mean, this time, yeah, I did get 6 bullets. But sometimes you get backed early, you just get 3 bullets. Not a big deal. But you want to try to get 6 bullets in C up, then you go right strafe to this door. Now, this is where a lot of players lose time. You want to have I'm going to show you the safe strat, which is left of console, instead of going through the middle of the console. Like between these two, this console and this console. So I'm going left of console. It is the easier strategy, but you still want to focus on your movement here. So let's say, especially if I got to this door a little bit earlier, and it was still like, it was much more closed as it's opening, less of a crack to get through. You really just want to focus on your angle being more like, I guess turn more to the right, because if you're just facing it head on, you're going to be getting stuck on this wall, and it's going to take a while for you to get through. That's where people lose a lot of time and a lot of runs. So, and the faster you are here, the less likely those guards behind you are going to screw with you if you didn't stun or kill them. So then here you just want to have a solid angle to get through the door, and kind of let auto aim. Once again, auto aim, is your best friend. So right here, my dot isn't anywhere near the guard, but especially with the JP and the agent auto aim, like it's going to get the guard, Sometimes you get a gun hit, it's a little unlucky, it'll screw you up, but just hope for the best. Be in left strafe at this point. Give yourself some space here, like you're going more to the right of the door, then you're going into left strafe with a good angle. And then, yeah, so just shoot one burst here. So you can see I get through really early. I get a little stuck on him though, but I kill him with 2 limb shots. All right, so now we're getting through. So now left strafe around this console. Boom. Now you start shooting again at the bottom of the stairs. And I'm in C up for a moment, you can see. So boom. So I'm in C up for a moment to go around and to start shooting at the guard, and then I go into right strafe. You can C up for a little bit longer if you want, but yeah, it just all depends on the run, right? But so I'm holding right strafe. Kill a little bit of time at this. Don't run right out. Don't sandbag as long as we do on, here, I'll go back and show you now, like, what the 100 strat looks like. So, see, this door is open earlier, but I'm having my angle be super far to the right, so I pop through here. So now I'm on this strategy, I go through the middle of the consoles. It's just harder to hit this line perfectly, especially if you're bad at getting through that door. Like, getting through the door is the main part that makes middle console hard, honestly. But yeah, so then I go, like, left strafe, C up for a moment, right strafe, and watch how long I kill time at this, watch how long I kill time, like, in this corner here. It's a little bit longer. It's like a couple bullets before I leave the corner. So that's like a sandbag to get this door open, combined with a wide turn here. So I'm going to recommend you do the same thing, even if you do left of console. You just do it for slightly less amount of time. You still just go into the corner, but you immediately run out instead of just like doing, you know, perfect movement, as if it was like these stairs here. Like, don't do perfect movement like this, right? Like, the stairs are different. You have to treat them differently, essentially. So, because getting into the corner here, that's making any bit of noise here, that's what's going to help lure the bridge door open. And that saves a ton of time. Saves way more than just running right out of this room. So yeah, so either way, even if you do left of console, you just chill in this corner for a moment. And then you pop out on left strafe. And then, so, you know, kind of expect maybe there will be a guard in your way. So you're just shooting all the way until you exit this room. Then you reload and hit a wide angle for a moment. Then pop around, shoot at this guard, one burst, wait, all the way until you're at this door. Use the look down here. Using look down here helps a lot. The gun shoots faster, and all you need is a chest kill to get him in one shot. So like you don't have to aim high at all. So just aim low and C up. So you're C upping basically all the way from like when you turn this corner, boom, C up. I'm C upping all the way to this door. It's going to be a little bit random how fast this door is, but you're just trying to get to the crack and start shooting once you get there. So boom, now I'm starting to shoot, kill that guard. So you're just trying to C up this whole way through and kill as many guards as you can. So you can see I'm just holding C up this whole time. So kill. And now is when I'm about to, like first I look a little bit to the right to kill this guard. And now I'm holding right strafe. So like I'm still facing forward, but now I'm about to pop out and do a hard turn left. So now you're shooting, you know, one burst at the guard right behind me. One burst, and then you're shooting, you know, from 27 down to 15. You can shoot down to 12 as well. It's not that big of a deal. Like if you lose some time and you shoot down to 12, it's not that big of a deal. It's more about how fast you are and just getting lucky with the door. But you want to be fast here or else the guard will just warp the door. So now I'm in right strafe. I'm going to reload here once I hit the 15. Reload. Turn this corner. No look down. And shoot a burst right at like the edge of the corner, basically. Like start trying to shoot, which means that when you actually shoot, it's going to be a little bit later. But yeah, so start shooting around here. This is kind of feel, but still. You shoot a burst, turn the corner, and now just hope for the best, right? Hope that this guy... If you see a guard right in front of this door, like two guards standing here, that means one of them warped the door. And that's just like going to lose you a million seconds. So you just want this part to be really fast, combined with a little bit of luck. So you shoot one burst, don't reload. Then when you get to this guy, you start shooting again. So I usually just shoot one burst at him, but you could shoot like two bursts if you really want. So one burst, get through. Because there's not going to be a guard all the way until like the bottom of the stairs. So now is when I start shooting again. So I start shooting, boom. And then so here's where my run lost open door pace. Because this door, it was like open door pace, like the music. But this door opened up really slow. That's just luck. That's just going to happen sometimes. But either way, so just kind of like try to be prepared. Like if you see the doors a little bit late, just try to get set up properly, shoot a burst to fly through. But if you can tell that the door's already open, then, you know, expect a guard in the way and just like fly right out. So now I'm just going to show you how I play out the non-open door run. And then I'll show you when you do get open door paces, I'll show you how to play it, I would say the easiest way. I would say like the most consistent way. So you open up this door, you're in left strafe, try to warp this door to PP7, shoot like 2 bullets at this guy. You don't want to shoot 1, and you don't want to shoot more than like 2. You just want to shoot like 2 bullets, because 2 limb shots kills every guard on this level, so on agent. So yeah, just 2 shots, boom, in left strafe. Now see, I've opened this door. Now right strafe, warp the door to KF7, and then start shooting. And you can see I do like a safe strategy here. So I'm in right strafe to left strafe to right strafe. I get back like twice or something like that. But I'm just shooting the entire time. That's key to non-open door paces, for getting this door open. because you don't have any noise built up right now. And you don't want to shoot the KF7 in the bridge. So you're right here is where we're going to start shooting. So boom. I'm just spraying all the way through. Right strafe to left strafe, pausing on the side of the wall here. Pause, boom. Took it a little bit safe. So now this is like 105 pace. Like most people's endings with left of stat with this type of a pause, how it's on like the 5. That's going to be a 105 pace if you do a great ending. Somehow my run was still like, I guess, 104 pace. I mean, technically this is 104 pace. It's just like you would expect yourself to get 105 at best, essentially. Especially with left of stat. If you think right of stat saves like 0.4 or something like that. But either way, so unpause, you select pistol and then camera. Because when you want to ideally not have to warp this guard here. And you want to ideally warp the Oro door at the top of the stairs here from camera to pistol. But sometimes you might have to like mess around and like warp this door with, you know, camera to pistol, then like switch to KF7 to warp the other door. Or, you know, once you warp through here from camera to pistol, switch to KF7, go up the stairs, open the door, and switch back to pistol. Just switching to pistol is the best warp on this level, except for the very, very last, the elevator door. So I get boosted here. You get a nice little boost. So I'm going to hold right strafe and take a camera outside the door. Boom. Perfect camera shot and just perfect planar. Now I'm going to start using a little bit of look down potentially. Maybe not. But you can. And then so I'm going left strafe around the you know, satellite. And then right strafe up here. Left strafe is like 10 times easier than right. Like left of sat is way easier than right of sat. Because this is like extremely finicky. Plus this guard can boost you. So left of sat's not a bad strategy until you're trying to get a really good run. So you go left strafe to right strafe. And then now notice how I open up this door. I don't touch the stick at all ideally. See, I'm hitting B. I haven't touched the stick in a fucking year. Like, you just want to like have a nice turn around here. And you're in left strafe. And then just kind of ride along the wall. So you can hit B from literally here. Like the B press will register on this door. From like behind this wall. And yeah, so just ideally, sometimes you might have to do a little micro adjustment, but like ideally you just pop around, nice turn, and then you're just like left strafing along the wall and opening up the door. And this will help you open up early. Like instead of, let's say, coming over here and then doing a right turn to actually open up the door a little bit later. So you open up the door, and this just helps you really get into the crack nicely. Like doing what I did helps you get right into the crack, like as deep as you can get. And then, so yeah, you switch weapons. So right here, just take it as safe as you want it, I suppose, like with how quickly you press A to warp through this door. I did it pretty safe. Like if you watch Marks59, he does it extremely YOLO. Like right as he opens up the door, he's already like switching weapons. And it's like the more YOLO you do that, the less likely you are to get through the door. Like it requires more luck for, you know, the lag purposes and for getting through. Plus it's like 10 times harder. So just take that as safe as you want it to, I suppose. Not too safe, but you know, don't worry about taking it a little bit safe. It's gonna mean you're gonna warp through more often. And with less of a cooked angle. So then you're in right strafe here, and you just want to go right strafe, shoot at this guard, pop around, hope that Oromov doesn't get in your way, but this time he did a nice little spin. And then yeah, just pop around, right strafe to left strafe. Now I'm in left strafe. I do try to kill this guard, just because sometimes you can get stuck on him. So I try to at least shoot at him. I would have probably got stuck on him if I didn't shoot there. And then I barely don't get stuck on this. I might have even got stuck, but I didn't get stuck in the sense that I flew to the other side. And then you pop around. So you're having the pistol out here. It's really important to have a pistol to KF7 switch. I think it's just because it's so laggy that like you don't want any more lag. Like you actually want the KF7 less laggy weapon swap. But I messed up the warp, and it's somehow still 105. So like, ideally I get through right here, but I just kind of messed it up. But either way, let's just show a little bit more of the 100 and what I did differently. So So I'm going left strafe here, middle console. I kind of go out of my way for that guard. That's the only thing I did kind of unintentionally on this run. I mean, I did it intentionally, but it was too safe. Like, I don't know why. Like, the guard sidestepped out of my way, but I still went for him. But either way, so I go up, right strafe, left strafe. Take this corner turn wide. Like, I don't just go right along this corner. I take this wide first. And the trick to that, by the way, the trick to that is to be holding left strafe, and then you go into up C as you're like already like still like way out here, so that like this turn you're making is in up C. That's how you get a wide turn, but still not be on the left side of the hallway, because you want to kind of be in the middle of the hallway. So yeah, it's just like you're in left strafe, taking it wide, and then you turn and C up. So you kill this guard with a burst, boom. Then you start shooting once you get to the doorway with the guards. And you can see I just YOLO that just a little bit more. So, but still, like, this is very important to have this part be slow. You want this part to be, like, as safe and slow as possible. Like, still fast. Like, as fast as you could be in C up, essentially, I'll put it. And you want to kill as many guards as possible. The more guards you kill in a segment, the more likely this door is going to open up on time. So you want to kill these guards, and you don't want to be too fast. So now I'm in right strafe. And, you know, it looks exactly the same. I shoot the burst, strafe to the door, start shooting, get a little stuck there. So here, like, sometimes I would just shoot a burst and then another burst, and sometimes I would just hold fire. But either way, yeah, so here's an open door with a really cooked segment, and now I'm going to show you how to do open door with an easier segment here, because the left strafe crates is really difficult, but the way that other people do it, where they go, you know, right here they switch to right strafe, that's also hard and slow, and like it's so much harder to do this without losing like basically all the time that open door saves. So I'm going to show you a better strategy. I think this strategy is the best one for open door. Alright, so left strafe. And see how I get back boosted? Usually it would be like, because if like left strafe creates the whole way is hard, because when you get back boosted, then you're going to mess up. And if you get a small stuck, you're gonna mess up. Like completely mess up. Just because like you're anticipating these perfect turns. Plus, in left strafe, this guard here, if he crouches in the wrong way, sometimes he crouches like this, and sometimes he crouches with his knee totally like blocking. And so like left strafe is just, there's so much more luck factors to it. So I do a hybrid strat here, and I honestly think, after further thought, that this is like the best way for newer players to deal with open door. So you're holding left strafe here to this crate. So once you get through like the first and second crates like this, now I'm holding right strafe. And the difference with open door and non-open door is with open door, you're shooting 6 bullets here. And so you already have noise built up. So you want to not shoot any more bullets until you've fully like gone around the corner like that. Seems like I like shoot like a burst there. I don't know why I did that. But either way, like you're supposed to just shoot 6 bullets and then come around here and shoot another 6. I did like an extra 3, but so who cares? But pretty much don't be shooting in the crates. That's the main key, is don't be shooting all up in the crates, because it'll make like guards by Oromov, there will be like extra guards in your way, and it'll make the ending like laggy and impossible. So pretty much this is what I recommend for a newer, you know, silo player who's starting to get open door pace. This is what I would do. So it's hard at first because you want to cook this part. Like you're not going to be facing this guard head on. You're going to be killing this guard, facing him head on. And then as soon as you get through this guy, you're going to start turning left and just hope that your, you know, 5th or 6th bullet kills that guard. Or like 4th bullet or whatever it is. But yeah, so it's going to be hard at first. Like this part you can mess up. You can see I like freaking shot this guy's gun like a million times too. But either way, it's going to be much easier right here. Like instead of trying to switch to right strafe right here, that'll make it way harder. You want to be in left strafe until you kill this guard, like until you get through actually. And then as you're nearing around this, you swing into right strafe, and that is way easier to do smoothly. I find at least. So something like that, right? It's just like, that's way easier than say like, I probably do it like over here. Probably do the other strat here. Huh, I tried left strafe there. Let's see, maybe here. Let's see what I do here. I'll just find someone else's run if... Okay, here we go. Yeah. So this, honestly, I think it's harder. It's slower and harder. You can just see how much more awkward that is. Like right here, I'm switching to right strafe. And now I have to get through these crates all in right strafe. It's just like, this is like much more awkward and easy to... It's easier to mess up this segment. Like the other way, you're going to be set up with a better angle when you're left strafe into right strafe. But full right strafe, it's a lot easier to mess this up. So yeah, I really think that you guys should avoid doing this once you get open door paces. Avoid doing this safe strategy. You should just maybe even try all left strafe crates, but on runs where you get backed, like I did on my 101, or just when you have high nerves and you're just like, oh, I don't want to mess this up. Like just hold left strafe until you pass by the first crate and switch to right strafe as you're strafing against the second crate. But yeah, so that's pretty much my easier silo strategies, easier, you know, easier ways to play silo while still doing most things right and setting yourself up to have good muscle memory for when you start cooking, you know, all those small little areas. You'll already have the right muscle memory. Like you'll have the right... You'll be able to get middle of console if you already know how to get through that door quickly, leading into the second room. Yeah, so try the other strategies I talk about. Once you start feeling more comfortable, try them out from time to time and see if they seem doable to you, because everyone picks up different strategies differently. You know, like I was doing middle of console since like I got like 104 or something like that. Like I would always mess around with middle of console. And I would mess it up on some runs, but I would also mess up doing left of console. Like I would feel just as bad on left of console. So like, even though I was playing something that was a little bit like, you know, I was going for strategies a little bit higher than what my PB, you know, like would need, I just felt more comfortable with it. I felt like I knew what I was gonna have to do eventually, so why not just try it out? And I didn't feel very particularly good at doing it the safer ways. So yeah, just like try these strategies from time to time. Even right of sat, you know, try that on some bad runs. Right of sat is just basically if the guard comes out of the door early and he's not in your way at all, then you could try right of sat. So you could always try that on like practice runs and stuff. But I would mainly say once you're starting to like get runs better than what I just showed, try, you know, especially once you have like 105, 104, try middle of console first, then try right of sat second. That would be, you know, and like left strafe crates third. That's basically what I would say. Something like that. Something like middle of console should be the first thing you learn, especially because it's earlier on the run. Then left strafe crates, like fully left strafe crates, could be, you know, could be after that, and then right of sat, or vice versa, like right of sat and then learning left strafe crates. But either way, like those are the time saves that you want once you have like 103 to 101, you know, somewhere between there. Depending on how good you can do the safe strategies. Because, like, don't get me wrong, you could still get 100 with, like, all these safe strategies. But it's going to be way harder. You know, like, Mark could probably get 100 left of sat. But it's just going to be, like, way harder. I think he has got 100 left of sat even. But either way, like, it's just going to be, like, it's way easier to do right of sat, or to do, sorry, I'm saying the wrong thing. Left consoles. But yeah, also left of sat. He's got 100 left of sat for sure. So, like, all these things are small time saves on paper, but they save a lot more when you're already like a newer player doing the safer strategies poorly. You know, like it's easier to do these cooked strategies decently than it is to do these safe strategies very good. So the earlier you can get your muscle memory accustomed to these things, the better, because otherwise you'll just be too accustomed to these safe strats. But either way, focus on your lures, focus on shooting the right bullets no matter what strategies you're doing. Just, you know, the bullets should basically be the same every time. And yeah, kill as many guards as you can, and I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.